It's coming down to the wire in North Carolina. Meanwhile, Denver Republicans vote to support civil unions. We get a vote this week in New Hampshire on ending marriage equality, and President Obama speaks out against an anti-gay ballot measure. I'm Matt Baum with the American Foundation for Equal Rights, and welcome to Marriage News Watch for March 19, 2012. A close call this week in Washington. The state will likely vote on marriage equality in November, and the proposed measure contained the phrase redefine marriage. But this week, a judge rejected that language, opting for a more neutral tone. Those two words may seem like a minor quibble, but nowhere has their importance been more evident than in the UK. This week, the Populus poll showed that 65% of voters there support the freedom to marry, once described as an equal right. But at the same time, a push poll by Catholic Voices found just the opposite. By asking leading questions, they were able to get 70% of respondents to turn against LGBTs. So with signature gatherings starting this week in Washington, that ballot language is pretty important. Signature gathering has also started this week in Maryland. Like Washington, that state's marriage equality bill is on hold while opponents gather signatures. But we're making progress in Colorado, where this week 56% of Denver Republicans voted to support civil unions. And a measure in New Hampshire that would end marriage equality in that state finally has a voting date. It's this Wednesday, March 21st. The bill is very unpopular with voters, with about 60% opposed, but it remains to be seen how legislators will handle the bill. And hundreds rallied in Raleigh, North Carolina this week. The crowd opposed Amendment 1, which would add a double ban on marriage to the state's constitution. Our opponents have been talking about activist judges and gays, but Amendment 1 goes beyond those issues and has the potential to harm all families, gay and straight. So far, the polling in North Carolina is not looking good, but this week, President Barack Obama spoke out against the measure, calling it discriminatory. And finally, this week, the Prime Minister of Denmark has promised to enact marriage legislation by the end of June, so book your flights now. To sign up for breaking news alerts, visit marriagenewswatch.com, and for more on the federal fight to overturn Proposition 8, head on over to afer.org. I'm Matt Baum with the American Foundation for Equal Rights. We'll see you next week.